My name is Lindsey Kee. I was Lindsey Sutton when I was at Newnan. I went to Newnan from 1995, and I graduated in 1999. And this is my 8th year at Newnan teaching.
Why did you come back to Newnan High School?
I wouldn't want to teach anywhere else. I taught at Arnold my first year teaching because I student taught there, and they hired me. And then that summer there was a job opening here, and I immediately took it. I love Newnan. I wouldn't teach anywhere else high school wise.
What was it like working with teachers that taught you?
I was nervous. And I've had several teachers, Miss Keen, who else? There's Miss Finger. She wasn't my teacher. Mr. Coleman, which is now super weird because he was my teacher and now he's sort of my boss as a department chair. That was a little weird coming and working for Coleman, but now we've got each other figured out.
What part of the job do you enjoy the most?
The students, like interacting with the students. I love it because it's different every single day. They bring different things to the table every day, and I love it.
What's the most challenging aspect of the job?
For me, it's getting everything in I'm supposed to get in as far as curriculum-wise.
Teachers and students, please pardon the interruption. Students, be reminded that cell phones and other electronic devices are not to be used once you arrive on campus each day.
That is
You may
really
begin
annoying.
using these devices at afternoon dismissal. Please be sure your cell phone and other devices are turned off and put away at this time.
For me, I teach environmental science, which I love. So it's hard. That's probably the most challenging thing for me is to find the balance between the curriculum and going off on these environmental tangents that I like to go off on.
How do you see the relationship between Newnan High School and the community, and how important is that relationship?
Oh, it's very important. I think we have a really big community relationship. So many people that are still here in the county went here, and so they like to show their support for Newnan. We have several people. I do the garden, and we have several people, local businesses, who are more than happy to help out with that as far as sponsorships.
What are the biggest changes you've seen at Newnan High School from the time you were here till now?
Really, my friends ask me that all the time, and I don't see a ton of difference. It's it's still very high school-esque. I mean, I can relate things that the kids are doing now to what we were doing back then, and I see a lot of similarities, more than I do differences.
In your opinion, what always has made Newnan High School a special place to go to school?
The community. And I feel like it's more, like I remember when I was here, you could see that camaraderie with the teachers, and it's still there. So it's more, it's almost like sort of like a family more than a going to work. I love to come to work.
Do you recall any major historical events while you were in school here?
I remember in 9th grade, I was in the 300 building, and it's when they announced that OJ wasn't guilty, and I just remember all the kids going crazy. We were out there on the quad, and everybody went nuts. That's probably the only thing that happened when I was here.